For us in JustPeace, the starting point is our attitude, whether we're willing to engage conflict or not, or whether we're simply wanting to avoid it or to be involved in fighting, as opposed to constructive engagement. The problem is that if we don't have a willingness to engage conflict, all the skills, all the processes aren't going to help us. We will be dressed up with nowhere to go. Now the reality is that our attitude toward conflict is generally negative. That's our default position. And for reasons that are clear, that conflict can be destructive. The problem is that if you just have a negative attitude towards conflict, your response is going to be defensive. It creates anxiety. And anxiety creates fear. And fear creates anger. And anger creates harm and even violence. But isn't conflict a natural part of creation? Isn't conflict necessary for creating justice where there's injustice? When you think of God's creation, you think of the uniqueness of each individual, and we're put together in relationships where we rub this uniqueness and these differences up against each other. And added to that is freedom of choice. Now, isn't that a recipe for conflict? But God says about God's creation, this is not only good, it is very good, because it is a source of growth. It's a source of learning. It's a source of revelation. And I don't think any of us would say this is a just world. The kingdom of God has come on earth. And it's the only way that we can overcome injustice and to resolve our conflicts in a good way. The greatest learning, though, that we've had in regard to our attitudes is that it's a matter of faith. It really is an experience of conversion. It's where the rubber of faith meets the road of life. It's where we understand our dependency and our need for each other and our need for God. The underlying text of the Bible, as I read it, is take courage. Take courage. Do not fear, for I am with you. And we hear this in the voice to Joseph saying, take courage, do not fear, for Emmanuel is coming, God with us. Our question for ourselves and for each other is, how do we truly come to believe this and to live knowing it is true?